Of that damage, let's get out back live to Dan Rascone now. Dan, where are you? What do you see?
Yeah, we're inside the Western Estates Mobile Home Park here, about 7200 West, 2100 South or so. This seems to be the worst of it. We're kind of going live through our phones, so the audio might not be as well. But let me kind of show you some of the damage here we're seeing. A lot of trailer parks completely off their foundation here. Place after another you go to, and you can see a lot of the damage here. And then also the overhangs just completely just kind of bented. This whole mobile home park, a lot of destruction, fortunately. We're going to kind of walk back here a little bit. It might be a little difficult to see here, but look at the entryway into the home here. You can kind of see it completely slanted and taken off. Joe's up here. We're going to talk to Joe. He's a homeowner. Joe, you weren't home at the time.
No.
Who was home at the time then?
So Noel and my kids were all here.
And your reaction to what happened here? What did you feel? What did you see?
So I was driving, and it just felt like I got shook by the wind a little bit. And then I got a text saying, "You okay?" And I didn't know what she was talking about. So she called me, and she was saying that the house was shaking really bad, that things were flying off the walls. There's cracks in the walls. She couldn't get the door open.
Let's go inside, if you don't mind. He's going to take us inside here to kind of show us a little bit about what happened. Where's some of the damage here?
So the big one right here, the doors.
Oh, yeah.
They don't even close anymore. Like you could.
Okay, so if we try to close the door here, you could see that's as far as it'll go right here because it's completely off of the foundation. If we kind of come over this way here, you had stuff falling off the shelves and things?
Yeah, all of our books, the bookshelves all fell.
So this is what fell in here. Let's kind of take a look about where all this stuff back here kind of fell. You see other cracks around?
So we got cracks up here on the ceiling,
There's
on the walls.
Cracks, and you can see them, the cracks up on the ceiling there.
Cracks over here. Here.
Right over here? Okay. Is this Noel here?
Yes, I'm Noel.
Can you come over here real quick? I apologize. I know it's early in the morning, and of course, tell me what it was like. Where were you at, and kind of what you felt?
Well, I had just put 2 kids in here to watch TV, went in my bedroom to log in for work, because I'm working from home now, and then right as the door shut, 2 kids out here screaming. The 2 on the 2 top bunk beds in the bedroom start screaming because they can't get down. So I'm trying to run out here, no power, dogs in the way. We all kind of just sat on the couch and everything fell.
What were you going through? What were you feeling? What were you experiencing?
Oh, it was terrifying. Kind of went mom mode, threw my work laptop on the floor. It was, got the kids there.
Never felt like this?
Oh no, this is a first for all of us.
Let's get out to Dan Rascone now, talking to some of the folks who witnessed it firsthand. Dan?
Yeah, just a destruction, unbelievable here at this mobile home park as far as some of the damage in this location. Take a look at this kitchen just behind me here. We're at about 7200 West and 2100 South, Western Estates Mobile Home Park here. And this is what the mother came home to. She's a single mother of 3 kids, but just things all across the floor there. I'm going to bring in Liliana. You were on your way to work, or were you at work at the time then?
I was at work at the time, and they let us all go home, and I picked up my 3 kids, and then I come home, and then I find all this mess here.
So tell me what your reaction was when you came walking in your home and saw this. You also have destruction on the outside, but what did you think as you saw this?
Well, it's kind of sad just because, I mean, it's 3 kids that I'm trying to take care of and trying to get food for all 3 of them. And I come home and half of my food's all destroyed and all my supplies is all gone. As you can see, all my glass is all over the place. Like like everyday use is just basically all gone now. So
these are your kids over here then, I guess?
Yeah.
These are your 3 children.
Yeah.
And this is Grandma over here?
Yeah, that's mine.
A lot of emotion right now. Tell me what you're feeling as you see what your family's situation is here.
He's just sad because
He's just sad?
all of his stuff.
You've seen all that?
Yeah.
And what are you going through as Grandma here, seeing your family in this situation?
Mucha tristeza por mis niños, por la familia.
She just says she feels really sad for all of our family, for her grandkids, knowing that they come home to all of this.
to be able to see something like this. If you don't mind, can you hand your child over to Grandma there? Is that okay? Can you kind of take us in the kitchen again?
Yeah.
When you came in, what's broken?
So I have all my pantry from there. It's all just basically all shattered here, all glass, picture frames. There's glass, all my fridge, as you can see, it's all open. I had just made jello for my kids, soup for my kids, all my glass uses, it's all broken. I was starting to buy a couple of stuff to have as supplies, like all my canned pasta, like sauce, it's like all over here. My sugar, it all broke. If you see here, it's kind of still like all coming down. I have glass all over on this part. My blender, all that broke. I have a couple more stuff back here. Just kind of.
You got to be careful there a little bit, but you had stuff just fall everywhere.
Just fall everywhere. I have this small pantry here where all this stuff came down from. All my pantry, just my pasta sauces and everything came down from there. It's just a mess everywhere here.
Okay. And again, you're a single mother of 3 children.
Yeah.
And
this
is food that you had kind of built up. We've got the coronavirus scare right now. You kind of
just buying little by little so that I can have enough in case I can't go to work. I have food to feed my 3 kids, and I come home and like half of my food is destroyed already. So it's gonna be kind of tough, but I have to make it through with my 3 kids.
In regards to the mobile home park, we have gone from one mobile home to the next. You see a lot of them that are kind of knocked off of their foundation there. And then the porch is completely destroyed and many of the other things that are happening. But just a real sad, unfortunate situation for many folks out here. Obviously, this is earthquake. They don't have earthquake insurance. So there's going to be a lot of cost involved in this kind of a cleanup. Back to you guys in the studio.
We're going to go back out to Dan Rascone, who just had a heart-wrenching interview a little bit earlier with a mother. She was a single mother of 3, came home to a mess in her home. She lives in Magna, and it just things strewn everywhere. All that food that many of us have been buying, preparing for the coronavirus, and then it's just everywhere in her house. Dan, I know you've been kind of talking to different neighbors out there. How are people handling it?
Yeah, just very devastating situation out in this mobile home park. We're at the Western Estates at about 7200 West and 2100 South or so. As you mentioned, we did talk to that single mother of 3, lost all of that food. A lot of people have been building up their food supply and have lost a lot of items. We're in Valeria's house right now, inside the mobile home park. This is where apparently your dad lives. I know that you picked up a lot of items. We're not seeing a lot of the items on the floor here, but if we look at the table here, we can see these are all items that fell out of the cupboards, those kind of things. Share with us, you were at work, first of all, right? Mm-hmm. Share what you kind of felt and what you experienced as you felt the whole ground shaking in your building shaking.
There was a car jam right here on the freeway, so it was like making us a little bit panicky. So when we drive in, there's ambulances, there's police officers, and you start seeing that a lot of trailers slide off. So it kind of gets you worried, like, I want to get home, I want to see what's going on.
Walk us over to where the cupboards are at there.
The cupboards were a mess. We put these just in case that there was another shock. The food supply wouldn't fall out.
But all of this stuff fell out of the, a lot of this stuff?
A lot of plates. Well, I can't really show you them, but these were all over on the floor, spices. Yeah, it was a mess.
Just a complete mess inside of your home here.
Dan Rascone has been following that aspect of the story. He talked to a number of people today. Dan, what'd you find out?
Yeah, Mike, a very sad sight of destruction out here in this mobile home park. We're about 7200 West and 2100 South. Give you an idea, this is the kind of destruction we're seeing out here. Look at this front porch here, completely destroyed off of its foundation there. Also, you could see the bottom of the mobile home here completely destroyed. And so this home right here, like many others, are unsafe to be able to, for the residents to get inside. And that's why they've been tagged with this pink sign here saying unsafe, do not enter or occupy. And that's what we're seeing all across this area.
It was fear and panic. It was shaking so bad, everything's just shifting. And
it was so loud. and I was screaming. My husband was holding me.
Terrifying moments for dozens of residents at this West Valley mobile home park as suddenly the ground starts shaking and their entire home feels like it's coming down.
Chaos. It just felt like chaos, just shaking and lights flickering and stuff falling, and it was loud.
When the dust settled, the tragic scene emerged. One trailer home after the other severely damaged.
This crack, and here there's quite a few.
Inside the Molina home, cracks and destruction could be seen everywhere.
Just fortunate everybody was okay. The kids got off their bunk beds fine.
But the shaking was not over. The aftershocks kept coming. As we were interviewing Shauna, a pretty intense one hits.
A beam came up from underneath into the floor. Okay.
Are you rolling? Are you rolling?
Yep. We're okay. We're okay, guys. I'm okay. I'm okay.
You all right?
Yeah. We're okay, guys.
Okay. This was all my food that I had.
For Liliana Morales, a very emotional time.
Fridge was popped open. All my food, some of my groceries just fell.
This is what she came home to find in her kitchen.
Half of my food just destroyed and everything, just a mess everywhere.
She's a single mother of 3 kids whose husband was just deported in Mexico.
It's hard. It's really hard. I work 2 jobs to be able to provide for my kids. And then when I have a little extra money, I try to buy food for them so that they can have here. So it's not easy.
Liliana's story there kind of gives you the emotional toll that's been taken here. A lot of people here have been kind of saving up with their coronavirus, some of their food storage, and suddenly it's destroyed in that particular situation. But there is help. Red Cross out handing out these signs right here. We just saw this one go up. Earthquake Red Cross Center has been set up. The location, Taylorsville High School, right along Redwood Road. So dozens of people pretty much left homeless in this mobile home park. A lot of cars out, a lot of people, and you just constantly feel those aftershocks. And that's what's really scary. When we were inside that home there and we felt that home already was unstable, and so we were very shaken up a little bit when we started to feel it. And you could see that the woman there, that's what she experienced earlier this morning, but even more so of a magnitude. So a lot of fear out here, but people trying to figure out what to do next. Mike, back to you. Off of those slabs, this is where one of the water lines busted. They're working on to try and get that fixed, get water back into this place here. But many signs all across are up right here: unsafe, do not enter or occupy. We were actually inside this home here earlier today interviewing a woman when suddenly a major aftershock hit.
A beam came up from underneath into the floor. Okay.
Are you rolling? Are you rolling?
Yep. We're okay. We're okay, guys. I'm okay. I'm okay.
You all right?
Yeah. We're okay, guys.
Okay.
To say it was pretty scary considering we were already in a home that was unstable. The quake hit this mobile home park hard. It destroyed or damaged about 48 homes, leaving all those families homeless. Things were falling off the shelf, and it was very scary. One woman we spoke with was Liliana, who is a single mother of 3 kids. She says she had just restocked her shelves and everything was destroyed. Here's what she had to say about what she experienced as she came walking into her home and saw this.
It's hard. It's really hard. I work 2 jobs to be able to provide for my kids. And then when I have a little extra money, I try to buy food for them so that they can have here.
That gives you a little bit of an idea of the emotional toll that's been taken on the residents out here. But there is help. The Red Cross has been out there, out and about, making it very clear as to where people can go. What it's basically telling folks, again, the location for the evacuation center is Taylorsville High School. So this is where they're sending many of the families there. We talked to some Red Cross folks. They say that people apparently are showing up to those locations. But again, about 48 mobile homes damaged or destroyed in this area, leaving all the families in those homes pretty much homeless. You saw some of the destruction. You heard some of the emotional toll. Just a very difficult time for a lot of folks out here. Mike, back to you.